Stop it. Let's roll, Rose. Hey everyone, welcome back to our Texas California Friendship Podcast. And today's topic will be about mom's guilt. And we all deal with that, all of the moms who have children, and especially if you also work. So we are going to cover really great topics today. The very first topic we're going to be talking about the mental load that we as moms and wives are like a walking calendar, that we have to remember everything, all of the birthdays, all of the events, everything that's happening in the school, following emails that we have for our children, which are like constant. It's like us going back to school and getting all those notifications all the time, plus even remembering things like reminding our husbands to call their parents once in a while. That's two. So we actually have to multitask, even if you are not a multitasker, this is something that you have to learn and you have to do. And what we do about that. So for me, I have a calendar for myself. I have a shared calendar with my husband where I add only the things that he needs to be aware if we need to attend, both of us, or if he needs to know our plans for the weekend or certain days. But I don't add everything to our shared calendar. I add something to my own calendar, which is completely booked with everything. Like every hour, there is something happening there, and things that my husband needs to know, and I added there. Also, I started even to add things like play dates with my kids if I scheduled with someone, or if we are visiting someone. So maybe simple things, so I don't forget, because my schedule with kids is so packed with everything. We have something similar. We also, it's not like a shared calendar, so I usually will send an like reminder to my husband's calendar, not for him not to forget. And also, if it's not in the calendar, it's not happening. So if my husband doesn't see that in his calendar, he doesn't know. He's like, I'm free. So yeah, that is number one. And then to me, I'm also using reminders a lot. So, or like, alarms. So whenever like I need to, I don't know, put a sourdough starter, let's say, right? I would put an alarm for myself, like to actually feed my starter and then to make a bread, because otherwise I will get so busy, it will get so crazy, especially on the school days, that I will forget. So I'm doing that. And, when there is no time when I just sit idle, like my brain is constantly thinking about something, right? So my husband and I, we have that app which is called Todoist. So it's a share. We have our like home shared account, and I'm putting there the tasks that he needs to do for our home, for our family, and I will add the task for myself. And I'm assigning, like there is assignee field, so I will assign it to him onto myself, and that way he got notification and he's doing that. And I'm not like thinking, okay, I told him, he forgot, and I'm getting disappointed. So that actually helps us a lot, and we are using it constantly. So recently he actually did finish all of his tasks, so he's out of tasks, so I need to add more. To summarize, right, I guess our solution to that problem is calendar. Like there is nothing else, and when you put it into calendar, you kind of release that stress from yourself, right? Yeah. So the second topic that we want to discuss, and it's also a big problem for moms, is everyone constantly saying mom, right? So it's, hey mom, where's my lunchbox? Hey mom, just hey mom. I'm sure if it happens to you, just like my kids, they'll just love to stop by and say, hey mom. So funny story is that they were saying mom that many times that I was like thinking maybe I need to buy that, that tool when you are going into a concert, right? They're like clicking how many people actually get in. So I was thinking to buy that stuff to actually calculate how many times my kids are saying mom per day. I never did. Maybe I will, but I think it's a fun activity though. Yeah. So for that, frankly, I'm just saying, hey, there is dad as well. So go ask your dad. So whenever my kids, especially, they love to come to me like, hey, can we play? Can we watch? And I had to be like that bad cop all the time. So I'm just like, hey, go talk to dad. So I guess I'm trying to release the stress for myself as well. And we also separate the duties. So if my kids needs to talk about any like video games, that's dad's topic. I'm not doing that. If they need help with any like build project, that's dad's responsibility. And all the rest, unfortunately or fortunately, it comes on my shoulders, right? So like majority of the topics, because you're a mom. That's your role. That's your responsibilities. Yeah. Yeah, same with me. And I want to add also, sometimes my dad will be standing there and he will tell them to do something, and they will listen, and they turn around and go find me and ask what my dad asked them to do if they actually need to do it. So I'm looking at them. Yes, for example, if my dad says, okay, to my son, you need to do your homework, your chess homework, and he will go to me, he will double check if he actually needs to do that. And I was like, my dad just told you that. Why would you ask me? So that's a constant thing. And I do the same. I try to delegate those to the people who are actually closer to them, or they can ask either my husband or my dad or somebody else that same question, and not always it will be me. So, but yeah, this is also the funny thing. It doesn't matter their age. You have really good example because you have 3 kids. You have from 14, right? Your oldest 14 years old, and then 5-year-old. And it doesn't matter the age. It's going to be always mom, mom, mom. Probably when they are like in their 30s too. So just make sure that you are like taking time to tell them that it's not always you, and there are other people who actually can answer their questions, because sometimes it can be super overwhelming. Oh, especially here's an amazing example I just thought about: work. When I work from home and when my husband works from home, he rarely does that. He actually goes to work, but it's like 2 different things for my kids. When dad works, like he closes the door, he's working, it's very important, and nobody goes there, nobody asks anything. If I work, it's like you can walk in anytime, you can ask 1,000 questions, and especially when I'm on my phone or on my computer, I need to concentrate on something and they keep asking me questions. I keep telling them, I work, I cannot reply to you every second. And they will turn around, but they will come back, and they don't see that as important as when dad works. So, and it's always open door, or they can just walk in and ask random questions. That's pretty funny. Yeah. So I have to, like today, actually, this happened to me with my daughter when I was focusing on something and she kept asking me questions that are not that important. They were something like, oh, mom, look at this. I did this for you. And if you don't say, oh my God, this is so adorable, then she will be very sad. No, that's actually true. Like my kids got into camera a few times, because when I'm working from home and I'm having a meeting, I'm usually like the camera is on. So they would come back from school and they were like, hey mom, how was your day? And like I have a meeting with people sitting around, right? Like on my screen. It happens a lot of times. Yeah. So. Раз, два, три. Такий цікавий подкаст. То ні, просто такий був день сьогодні. So I just want to tell you that I had a crazy morning. Like I did skip a gym today because I need to bake challah. I need to bake a banana bread. I need to bake a bread. And then I need to clean up and do the washing, like do the laundry, all of that. And then like I had a meetings. Anyway, at 11, I was exhausted. But I also want to add that sometimes with hearing that mom, I'm feeling that I'm overwhelmed. And like, like I'm on my peak, that like if I'm going to hear like one more time, like, hey, mom, I'm going to explode. So I usually, when I feel like that when I have that feeling, I'm just like, hey guys, I'm going to go. Moms need like 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever, how bad I feel. And when I'm saying that to my kids, they know that like, okay, that's a finale. So that's a limit. That's a limit, yeah. And if they like don't hear me or don't listen, I'm just like, okay, guys, you have an option. I'm gonna go get my 20 minutes of break, and then I'm going to be a happy mom, or I'm going to be like an angry mom and I will go crazy. So you have an option, so you choose. So that's like also like my last resort to mention that. And actually they do understand that, so my kids kind of not like get used to, but they know that it can happen to them, which helps me a bunch, to be honest. That's a break. Yeah, while we are talking about this topic, I already had my daughter 3 times opening the door and just looking whether I'm done or not. They have a short day today at school, so they were at home like at 12 p.m. today. Okay, let's talk about next one, which is, I think, really amazing because it took me a while to get rid of. It is mom guilt. And this mom guilt, it comes from everywhere. Whether when you work too much, you feel guilty that you don't spend enough time with your kids and your family. When you actually spend time with them, you are all sad that you don't work and kind of don't spend this time like learning something and making more money. Then you feel guilty if you have a rest day and you just don't want to do anything. You just don't want to spend time with the kids, with the family, just be in your room and do nothing. And then you feel guilty about that. So there is never a balance. There is never a day where you don't feel guilt about something. And even especially it was really hard when the kids were younger. I had this guilt every time. Every time if I didn't spend either time with them, or I spent too much time with them, or I felt sorry for myself that I didn't have time to go to the gym. So it's constant. And I was asking my friends, like, I wonder if our parents had that when they were raising us. But I'm sure they didn't, because they were so busy working, coming home from work, that they don't have time to think about all these things. So for me right now, actually, I kind of let it go. And I realized that not every day can be perfect, and you can't do everything that's on your list. Spend time with the family, work, and sometimes you can actually. Sometimes you can have such a perfect day where you have everything. You worked, you cleaned the house, you spent time with the kids, you rested, you went to the gym, and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. But it could be only one day out of, I don't know, a month. So Oksana is gonna tell more about how we deal with that, because we are very similar about that, and what we do finding that balance and not to feel that all the time. Yeah. And let's not also forget about social media, right? So like when you open up like your Instagram, you see all of those nice pictures and videos, how like other families spending time together. So guys, don't be fooled about Instagram or any social media, right? It's again, social media, it's not supposed, it's somehow it only shows a good thing, and it's not showing actually how it was done. I remember, like, it just reminded me, I was having that like family photo shoot, and now I have a nice photos. But when I look back, I'm just like, oh, that was so stressful. Like, when one kid is not smiling, another one is like, oh, I'm done. Another one wants like to go to the restroom, and just like, you just want a few pictures. That's it. Like, you don't want much. You don't ask for much. So there's always that. Yeah. So how we are dealing with that? Actually, we set priorities, right? So I usually wake up and just like, okay, let's take today's example. Today's Friday. I usually go to a gym in the morning, but then like I realize that I have guests coming in the evening, and then I have a lot of things to do around the house, and then I have work. So I decided that it's time to skip a gym today because I won't fit into my crazy schedule. So set priorities for yourself and decide what is important for you today. Tomorrow will be different. It definitely will be different. It might be the same, but most likely it will be different. And usually for us on the weekdays, we are spending time with kids in the evening. So we will read with them, and then there's like family time when we talk, and we try almost every night to have a dinner together. So that's like, for me, I guess I and my husband, we try to get together, not to have that guilt that we are working, and not like talking to our kids once they're back from school, because once they're back from school, we still work, right? So we have work to do. So during the dinner time, you can actually hear all those stories and all of them talking, and it's also good memories for our kids, and we kind of build in that character in them, how their families should look like. Yeah. So set priorities, I guess, and I like to put a list of items to do. And to be honest, I'm not putting like extra. It's because when you see that list is not done, you getting upset. So be realistic what you can achieve today. Ёлки-палки. Як там шлях тебе транспорт? No, I also wanted to add something about okay. I also wanted to add about social media, because I'm on social media a lot. My account is public because I'm a personal trainer and I post a lot of just training stuff, clients and all that. And my friends also follow me. And sometimes I post, like I did a workout at the gym, then I trained my client, then I went with the kids somewhere. And when they see me in person, they're like, oh my God, how do you do all that in one day? But here's the thing about Instagram. I don't really show the behind the scenes. I don't show the days or the times when I struggle. I just show the events that's happening, and I share what I want to share with people. And this is just adding an example to what Oksana said about social media. Do not trust what they showed, like the picture, the ideal picture of just the perfect life, because not very many people show the reality behind it. And I'm that example as well, that whenever I complain to my friends that actually follow me and say to me like, oh my God, you're like all over the place, you have so much energy, you do so many things. And when I share with them that like I'm in such a bad state emotionally, they're like, oh, whoa, they're like surprised. Really? You can actually feel that? You can be unmotivated? So this is a good one to show you that like social media is just a beautiful picture, usually like 90% of the time. And next topic that we want to discuss is actually sleep time, and which we also call revenge time, right? So when the kids are finally asleep and it's your time, me time, right? It's a time when you can finally do what you want to do, and don't look over your shoulders as the kids are standing and wanting something from you. So frankly, I think our bed routine is taking longer than I want, because my kids, they're supposed to be at bed by 9, and then they can like do whatever they want in their rooms, but not going out from their rooms. However, it's not happening, right? So I'm trying to get them to bed at least at 9:30 or something after that. And then that time is for myself. My husband and I, we have a time together, but sometimes I'm just like gonna say, hey, I need like me time. So I would go and watch some girly movies or read a book, and that time is used to actually like restart yourself, because next day is gonna start over again, and I just need some time for myself. I'm just so tired by the end of the day, especially I work out pretty hard, and just the days are so active with everything that I go to sleep pretty early, which is amazing, by the way, because it used to be that I couldn't make myself to go to sleep, because I wanted to spend that time when they are asleep on my own, just, I don't know, scroll Instagram, read a book, or by the way, scrolling Instagram is a bad idea. This is something I'm trying to get rid of before going to bed. Right, but do you remember what we're doing, right? So we can share that, you guys. We actually set a limit for our social media. So Ina and I, we actually set the limits on our iPhones. So whenever like you're reaching the limit, it will just block. You can override it, of course, because you're an adult. That's what I'm guilty of, actually, to be honest. So that's why, yeah, no, this is a good thing to learn. And this is pretty hard, you know, to but it's better to read a book or just even watch a movie, because I fall asleep with any movie that I start watching. So the next one, we're going to be talking about self-care and how you can find the time for yourself, not without needing a whole day off or a week off. So we learned how to find the time for doing what you love in your schedule. So it's all about priorities and how important it is for you. I truly believe that every person can find the time for whatever they love to do. So people who always say, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym, for example. This is a good example because that's what I'm so passionate about. I always will find the time. Even now after podcast, I'm going to go do my legs workout. Quads, by the way, that you were hurting so much doing. So anyways,
Ну, це було прикольно, да. Продовж, так і сиди. Продовж.
Так і сиди. So, gym, так я сказала, so gym, for example, да, и потом я сижу и сказала, I'm gonna do my quads. I'm gonna go do quads. So you can always find even 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You can do different workouts at home. It all depends on how much or how bad you want it. And this is with everything. This is with even spending time with the kids, right? It's better to spend 10, 15 quality time with them rather than stressing out about that and doing something for 2 hours with them that is not really that engaging. So, yeah.
So I relate what Ina is saying, and I truly believe that whatever you set your mind on, you can do it, and also you can find time for that. So if it's a gym for you, as it is for us, you'll find that 15-hour time window in your daily activities to exercise. And also, I want to mention that I recently discovered and read it or watch someone saying that women control that much, but we're gonna be surprised if we think that something is important and we think that it's only on us who can do it and we're not asking for help. We will be surprised if we let that thing go and someone in the family will pick it up, right? They will be that help for you. But if no one picks it up, it just means it was not important because the life will still go on and you will feel less stressed because you would have less responsibilities or items on your plate to keep up with, right? So that actually, I tried it and it actually working. So if you let it go, just yeah, that wasn't important. If it's hard for you to find time for self-care or do something that you truly love, it might be gardening for you, right? I'm not into gardening, I'm gonna be honest, but I know a lot of people who loves to plant something, right, and take care of plants or gardening itself. So if you're into that, let's say, right, you can let something go and find time for that. So just plan accordingly, I guess, and set your priorities straight, and also be honest with your family, right? So if you need that alone time or if you need to work out, just tell your husband. I bet he's going to be on board with what you need because he loves you, your family love you, so they would be supporting you for whatever you need because you know that saying, right? Happy wife, happy life. So I know my husband says that a lot, and it truly is, right? So if mom is happy and in a good mood, my kids are happy. I see the difference in my kids whenever I'm stressed. I see that everyone is walking so silently, not to disturb me.
Yeah, same. I was the same actually when I was a kid also. When I felt like my mom is on edge, I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
and you can feel this air even. Yeah, so I think the most important thing is, first of all, to always find something that you truly enjoy and find time for that. Always, because if you are too overwhelmed, too stressed, burnt out, then your whole family is gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it, and it's not gonna go anywhere. So yeah, this is very important, ladies.
Yeah. And let's not forget the kids won't be little for always, right? So they will be grown up adults. And this is just a phase. And if you have a little ones right now and you're feeling overwhelmed, it will pass and you will miss the time. I can relate. My kids are older now, right? They still give me that love, emotional support, but they're not that little anymore. They're not dependent on me that much. they have their stuff to do. So there is light at the end of the tunnel when you're exhausted, for sure.
Yeah, this is what my husband always reminds me, and I always reminded myself. He actually tells me, like, our kids, this is such a short period of time when they are little and they need us, because this is the part of the life that they small, and then this is a huge part when they already grow up and they don't want to spend time with them. They have different priorities, and you will miss that time when they call you 100 times, when they ask you to be in bed with them and you want to do something else. So just enjoy this time and appreciate it. And I can tell by my husband, he comes from work pretty late, and I can tell he's exhausted, he is tired. For example, yesterday, good example, he was super tired and stressed, and I could tell something happened at work. But whenever the kids started yelling and like running around and asking him to pick him up or just run around with him, he just completely kind of forgot and started to do that with them, because he always reminds himself and he reminds me that this is such a short period of time and we have to enjoy it. So enjoy your little ones.
Moms everywhere in Texas and California, and we are in the same boat.
Thanks for listening, and tell us in the comments what is the biggest struggle you dealt with this week.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Bye.